Yeah, what's going on, guys? Currently 3 days out from the BNBF Midlands qualifier. It is around 6:20 AM. Just about to hit the gym. Do my last little bit of cardio. Nothing too intense, no more Stairmaster. Just going to be some light treadmill work. Probably do about 40 minutes or something. And then I've got a client to train. So yeah, I'm still working, like to stay a little bit busy. Try and keep the day as normal as possible, really. Stay nice and relaxed. Sorry, I'm just trying to sort myself out. Yeah, looking forward to the show, really. The weight's coming down this morning. I'm at 89.4 kg. So, I did some posing last week on Sunday. Hobbies had a load of carbs the night before, some that day as well. And I was up to like 92.5 or something. Yeah, around that weight anyway, and it was a good look. But, I knew it was just water. So, woke up this morning, done the usual toilet, scales, mirror check, and I'm liking what I see, man. Looking better and better each day, so that's a good sign. It's about to get my bike because I ride to the gym 90% of the times. So see you on the treadmill. Okay guys, so at Last Life Fitness Manchester, just getting the last bits of cardio done before the show on Sunday. It's nice and low intensity as always, but today it's like super low intensity. I usually on a gradient of around 8, and probably around a speed of 4. Sometimes I might even push it to 4.5, But today we're just doing 3 and 3.2 at the moment. Yeah, so it's taking it nice and easy. I think people must just get mad at me for just taking up space because it doesn't even actually look like I'm moving. But I'm allowed to do what I want. The weight's coming off, so obviously something's working. It's crazy though because I'm not a big cardio fan, but throughout this prep, the more I've done it, the kind of more I've actually enjoyed it, especially the low intensity. And you can just kind of get up, get in the gym, and then gather your thoughts and plan your day out, and it's actually quite relaxing. So yeah, I've become a bit of a cardio bunny, and even throwing an extra session in here and there, but off season probably back to normal, no cardio at all. I think once you break the routine, then that's it. It's just hard to get back into it, or well, I don't even think cardio is that necessary off season unless you want to kind of stay fit. So yeah, so I'll probably quit out, but till then I'm gonna keep walking away like a tortoise even. Yeah, just keep plodding away. Super excited for Sunday. Can't wait to showcase the new physique, show the improvements. I know other people are going to be looking well, which it's been motivating me even more, really. I know it's going to be a tough qualifier, so just kind of got to up the levels, step the game up, and push that a little bit harder. Dig that a little bit deeper, Just want to send a big shout out to AJ Morris yesterday for having me on his podcast, The Natty Scene. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and follow the Natty Scene podcast on Instagram as well, which is at the Natty Scene podcast. All the links will be on the bio if it's not already on the screen. So yeah, big shout out. It's actually nice to be interviewed. First interview I've ever had. Kind of felt important. So yeah, it's good, man. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this prep. It's kind of a lot of people have been getting involved, been having their input, and building some hype up toward the show, as it should be. This kind of feels like an Olympia for me. I know it sounds crazy, but I do find these shows important, man. They mean a lot to me. I like to do well, so yeah, man. It's got a lot of importance to me, and that's why I think it just pushed me even more. You know, if it weren't asked, I'd probably slack off on the cardio, slack off on the diet, and my training would just be normal, really. Not really pushing them extra reps or extra sets out. You know, I'd just be cruising. But been digging deep, been digging very deep lately. And talking about digging deep, this week, like I always do it. Come peak week, same thing. Start changing little things bit by bit, and then I realised last night, I thought, why am I dropping my carbs even lower? They weren't super low. There's around 200. A couple of days were just less. But, you know, the thing is, they've not been that low like last week or the week before, and my conditioning it's been pretty tight, man. It's been pretty tight. And the weight's been coming off, so you know, there's no real need to change anything, and it's just about remembering that. I know a lot of people do it from peak week, just want to make a lot of changes, and I was kind of falling down that same trap again, even though I thought I won't do much, but you know, I actually am. I'm changing my diet as such, so yeah, so I'll put the carbs back up, and we'll see how that goes, man. As I say, carbs for conditioning, and it shows, man. You have some carbs, your physique looks, you look like a new man or woman. But yeah, I'm just saying, I'm going to finish off on this cardio now. Just doing about 30 minutes at the moment, probably push another 5-10 minutes, and then go and get changed, train a client, and then crack on with my day. Not got too much on today, which is nice and relaxed coming up into the show. You know, you don't want to be overly stressed with work, with prep, or any external influences at all. You know, that cortisol, you got to keep it nice and low, man, nice and low. Getting stressed out, holding water, getting fat, all that hard work going to waste. There's no need for it, man, no need. But yeah, so we'll carry on with this. I'll see you boys in a bit, and girls. Okay, it's time to hit some posing over the next few days now, and this is crucial to get it right. So I'm just going to keep practicing, do as much as I can, really. I'm actually doing some hot posing, just trying to sort out the aircon. Shit, how do I do this now? There we go. Turn that heat up. Get a bit of a sweat on. Try and emulate some hard conditions. So I'm a little bit hungry. Well, I'm always hungry. So energy is not 100%. Get that heat pumping. You know, it's hot on stage and big lights. So I'm just going to go through a few of the mantras and go through my routine. Got my water ready, just in case I get a bit dehydrated, you know. Obviously a massive fit bottle. Always repping. I'm not going to show you guys too much, you know, say something for the stage, but you will get to see a little bit of what I'm working with, as I will be filming my workout today, and I'm actually going to do arms today. I very rarely do an arm session. Usually I just throw some biceps in with maybe back, and triceps in with chest or shoulders. But yeah, I'm going to do an actual arm day, so stay tuned, man. Check out the conditioning as well. Alright guys, back home now. Finished posing, finished my last session of cardio. I promise I'm not going to do any more now, that's done. So now time to get some food down me. The next two meals are going to be rice and chicken. So I've cooked 100 grams of rice, 400 grams of chicken, obviously split over two, 50 grams of rice, 200 grams of chicken. Yeah, also got some kale in there as well. I'm not the best cook, but it's certainly edible. And to help out with the taste, I got my good friend Cholula right there. Been with me all prep. Those who don't know, Cholula. You can find it in any supermarket, Asda, wherever. But yeah, I've got some Franks in the cupboard also. But to be honest, I prefer the Cholula. That's my go-to sauce at the moment. And also, I've got my hot drinks. I like my hot drinks. That's some moringa with ginger tea. I would love to have a brew. Tea, 2 sugars, some milk, you know. In off season, that's what I usually have. But at the moment, and during prep really, I just switch to green teas or flavoured teas. No milk, no sugar. In the off season, I do enjoy a hot chocolate as well. I don't drink much coffee unless I go out, and then I'll have like a latte or a mocha, however you want to call it. I do like my hot chocolates, especially with the cream and marshmallows. It's almost like a dessert. Reminds me of Christmas, in fact. And I'm actually looking forward to Christmas this year. I know it's August, I shouldn't really be talking about Christmas, but just how things are, like job-wise as such. I'm not doing security, so I'm not working nights, and I think this will be the first time where I actually gonna have a lot of free time in the evenings to go to the Christmas markets, because believe it or not, I've lived in Manchester all my life and never been to the Christmas markets. I passed through, had a quick nosy, but never really, you know, experienced the whole Christmas market, mulled wine type of, you know, Christmassy stuff you do. But this year, changing it up, switching it up, obviously won't be on prep. So I have a few. I've never even had mulled wine. I'll give it a go. Why not? Certainly be having some hot chocolate, and you get German sausages, big ass sausages. I believe so. So yeah, I'm trying a few different things. I think I went to watch the lights get switched on a long time ago, good maybe 5-6 years ago. I think it was Alexander Burke who done it, so whenever that was, that's when I last went to see him. It was actually a nice experience, but you know, I'm certainly looking forward to enjoying that time with the family this year. I want to spend a lot more time with the family, especially around that time of year. But anyway, enough talk about Christmas, because it's August, it's nearly show time, the kickstart to the season. The first show's on Monday, should be the one of many shows, but you know, we just take each show as they come. So one show at a time, you know, step by step. And I'm feeling good, man, I'm feeling happy. No salt, I have a lot of salt for prep. Salt everything. Cool. That's sorted. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I just had a look back on the video and I had flipping toothpaste on the side of my face. And no one even told me. Why no one tell me? Well, no one's there to tell me, but you know, yeah, so apologies. I'm a bit of a mess, I know. Hair, beard, everything. Yeah. Well, you know, there's the food. And as usual, when the new Ask Dave's out on Eric's Muscle, then it's time to watch Ask Dave. Very informative. If you've never watched it before, you know, I suggest you give it a watch. Don't know if I can switch this camera around like this. No, I was just trying to focus. But yeah. Yeah. Discussing Big Ramy at the moment. Was it better last year with Chris Aceto or this year with the Camel Crew? I'm a big fan of Chris Aceto. I really like what he does with the athletes he works with. Seems like a genuine guy, nice guy, and with no real hidden agendas. So, you know, he seems like a good coach to work with. But I believe he's not too cheap, and he shouldn't be, because the experience he's got, the knowledge he's got, and the success he's had with different athletes over the years, many different athletes, you know, can demand a high price. So shout out Chris Aceto. Okay, someone just asked Dave a question, and I do like his answer because it's an answer which I usually give myself. It was basically how much weight, how much size can you put on in the off season, like muscle wise, and he said, don't limit yourself. People will say you can only put on X amount, you know, say like from show to show. But if you believe that, then, you know, you're kind of setting yourself a barrier. And this is one reason why I don't really track stuff to that. I don't believe in, or well, not even so much track, but plan stuff and limit the sets and reps, because if you do, then, you know, sometimes it's not so productive in the fact that you're just setting yourself a limit, even though you can go further. You've got to stop there. Over time, you know, you can adjust, and then next week, then you might reach that point. But to me, I don't believe in setting limits at all. You can plan a workout, you can plan an off season, but you just got to keep rolling with it, and just keep aiming to get better and better each time, rather than having a set goal and believing that that's the limit of your ability, because everyone's different. Some people may only put on a pound of muscle each year. You get someone who probably put on 10 pounds a year between competitions. It's just like that. It's down to your training, nutrition, and your genetics do play a part. So, you know, that's just my say on that. Yeah, guys, it is Call of Duty time. I've not played computer until, well, I didn't play it for ages, until say the last 4 to 6 weeks. It's just good to do something completely different, which just takes your mind off the competition and training and just anything bodybuilding really. Just, you know, with this, I'd say it's a stress relief, but it can get a little bit stressful because I'm not that great at it. I keep getting killed, so it can cause some issues. But in general, it's just nice just to do something different. So I've been watching a bit of TV. I've actually caught up with Power now, watching Game of Thrones as well. But you know, I play a bit of computer in my spare time. from time to time anyway. So this weren't my favourite game, I'll be honest, but I have been playing it a bit more lately and kind of, well, it's starting to grow on me a bit. It's a bit late because I've had it since I think Christmas last year, so it's been a while, and I know the new one's out in a couple months, a few months, but just get to grips with this and give me something to do. Okay, I've absolutely messed this up. My oats are quite runny, which I'm not too impressed with. This fish, do you know what, actually, it looks okay, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm not sure if I mentioned it before, but I had a nice little power nap. It was about a good hour and a half, man. It was nice. Woke up, felt refreshed. I like to get one of them in every now and again, whenever I can. Had a nice long bath before as well. Also got some of this hair off me. Should be ready for show day. I'll double check all the areas later on. Might have missed a few places, but no, it doesn't look too bad for now. Seeing as it's a DIY job, I get the missus to have a proper look and just touch nothing areas. Oh. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But I'm gonna have this and then keep going to the gym.
It's the RES. Yes.
Okay guys, so training's finished now. It was mainly supersets today. The vet ranges went from 10 upwards. It was mainly 10 on the last sets where I was struggling for the last few reps and what's not as the weight was going up. I didn't push any serious weight and it weren't even close. It's very hard to when you're doing supersets because you just don't have the energy, and certainly you don't recover quite as quick, especially when you're just blasting through the workout like I did today. So yeah, I got through that arm session. I think it must have been about 35-40 minutes. Usually takes probably near enough double that time if I'm really pushing. So yeah, it was a much shorter session. Just got in there, did what I need to do, stimulate the muscles, and that's it. I've not got much else to do tonight, so I'm just going to chill out with the missus, probably watch a film. I believe Guardians of the Galaxy 2's out on Showbox, so I've still not seen it. I can't believe I've not seen it yet. It's supposed to be good. I am a Marvel fan, so if she's up for that, I'll be watching that later. I've got, I think, 2 meals left, which one of them for sure will be fish or chicken, and the one before bed it's usually oats. I'm not sure what the protein source is going to be yet. I've not really planned it, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, the vlog's just going to keep coming now all the way up until the show. I'm going to get as much footage as I can on show day. If it's not from my camera, then it'll be from my phone. I've got an S8, so you know, it's pretty good. It does a good job. So I'm just gonna get as much as I can, put as much content out as possible, and then give you an insight into how I approach my competitions. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you know, anything, or comment on the YouTube videos themselves. So yeah, feel free, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.